In the previous tutorials, we're just learning some basics here, and I'm going to touch on how to make things bigger and change things in the next couple lessons. So bear with me here. I'm just trying to take things one at a time and work through this slowly. But I'm at a point where I need to talk about layers because I'm interested in, we just made this rectangle and I want it to go behind the word ducks. However, the rectangle, when I move it, so I'm on the move tool and I click on this rectangle because it was the last thing I made, it goes over the word ducks. So I want to change that around. I want the word ducks to be on top of this rectangle. So I do need a layer panel. I'm over here on these panels on the right hand side. If you don't see this for some reason, or look up here too, because it could be in different spaces, it could be in different places. But go to Window, Layers, make sure it has a check mark. If it doesn't, you want to definitely click on Layers or hit F7 to open that up. And then you should see this panel. So the panel has everything that I have in the image so far. I have this picture I opened up first, then I made text, and then I made this rectangle. So I have the picture, the text, and the rectangle. And the nice thing about text is it even puts in what the text says right on the layer name. But now I need to rearrange these a little bit. So I'm going to click on the rectangle and move it under the word ducks. So that does one thing for me. It changes these layers. Rectangle is under ducks, but you can't see that here. So if I want to move this rectangle, I want to make sure I'm on the rectangle because that's what I want to move. I want to make sure I'm on the move tool. And then I can move this and you can see it's behind ducks. So just to take a look at that again, if I take rectangle and move it up, the word ducks is behind it. I need the ducks to be on top. So I'm just dragging that, rearranging the layers. Some other things about this, so I want to try to move the word ducks so it's centered a little bit. So I'm on rectangle and the rectangle is moving. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to move the word ducks. So I do need to be on the word ducks, make sure I'm on the move tool, and now I can move the word ducks. It's a little bit about layers. One more thing about layers I'll quick mention is I can rename the layers and I can hide them. So there's some other things that you see here. If I double click on the word rectangle, I can put box. I can take out the word and type in box. And I can also hit enter to accept that. So now it's renamed. It says box instead of rectangle. I can temporarily hide it and I can bring it back. So there's an eyeball. So if it's blocking something, I don't want to get rid of it completely. I just need to hide it for a little bit. I can do that by clicking on the eyeball and that will hide it. I can also lock the layer if I want to by hitting this lock, and now you can see it has a lock. So if I try to move it, I can't because it's locked, but I want to unlock it now. So I'm going to click on unlock. I might want to do that for my background later too, but now I can move it again because it's unlocked. So that's a little bit about working with layers. I can hide layers, I can rename layers, I can rearrange layers, I can lock layers.